Welcome to the Social Music Club. I hope you enjoy.
And the Denver Broncos, 10-1 in his career against the Ravens. Didn't look that good in the preseason. Now, last time he faced him, opening night 2013, what did he do, guys? 7 touchdowns that night.
Mm-hmm. But that's Demaryius Thomas, right?
Yeah, that was. Okay. And there's Wes Welker, too. Remember him when he used to play?
That's the missing piece of the puzzle.
All right, first quarter, we're scoreless. Manning to Emmanuel Sanders, and that's...
Almost.
They had to settle for a Brian McManus 57-yard field goal and a 3-zip lead. Second quarter, Broncos ball, same score. Manning.
Wow.
Boy, he was pressured all day, Mooch, wasn't he?
Yeah, he really was. And this was a story you thought it maybe was going to be about quarterbacks. It was about defense.
Yeah, he was sacked 3 times in the first half. And how about this? Manning called for the false start, the old Omaha up.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it was on him.
Hey, you called Peyton. What do you mean he's been doing that for 18 years?
Next Broncos drive, Manning looking for Sanders again, but just out of the reach. They had to settle for another field goal and a 9-3 lead at the break.
For some reason, this tandem really worked last year. They're off sync for some strange reason right now.
Third quarter, Manning again on 3rd and 10, looking for tipped, and Jimmy Smith with the pirouette and the pick six.
He didn't hold it up. How come?
That ball was very weakly thrown.
So the Ravens,
and I'm being nice,
the 10-9 lead, and once again, Manning, because of the pressure.
Saw this coming.
That's a great coverage, man.
Yeah. Nice break.
Great coverage.
Well done.
So here comes Denver yet again. I'm not so sure Baltimore actually played offense, as we have not seen them yet in this highlight. Manning almost picked again by Darrell. That would have been another pick six, probably. Broncos are forced to punt on the drive.
It's almost like they're taking away his first read, and that's causing him confusion.
Meantime, Joe Flacco had a terrible day looking for Steve Smith on
21
third down.
reasons.
Who is that, Prime?
21 reasons. Key to lead. Dallas on, baby.
That would be 7 career pick sixes for Talib.
You have that many?
Oh, come on, man.
We're talking to the GOAT right now.
So here it is again. Anybody have any idea what Joe Flacco was doing?
Well, he was throwing it to cheat the lead.
Get out the way.
Trying to get out the way.
So the Broncos with a 16-13 lead. On to the fourth. Manning. Demaryius Thomas. Short of the chains, but does pick up 16. The bad news, T-Sizzle rushing against Ty Sombrello, the rookie, and Suggs parted off.
I'm praying it's not Achilles. That's what it looks like when they reach from down there.
So back to the drive on 3rd and 5. Manning, no, but you see the flag come in on Ladarius Webb.
That's a great coach. It's a good call. It's a good call.
So Denver settles for another field goal and a 6-point lead, but the Ravens have life. On 4th and 9, Flacco to Crockett Gilmore for a gain of 14, and we're moving the chains again.
Crockett Gilmore.
Now on 3rd and 2, we're going to pitch it. Justin Forsett, who had a terrible fantasy day, so says an angry fantasy owner on the set. And he gets knocked out, but he picks up 21 and a first down. In the meantime, another injury for the Broncos. Flacco, it's tipped away, but David Burton Jr. flagged for a little PI. So Baltimore still with life, under 45 ticks left. Flacco looking to the end zone, and Steve Smith Sr. having a senior moment.
Chance to win this thing.
The ball was tipped.
Tipped a little bit. All right, 3rd down. Let's go get it.
So unable to snag that, but Baltimore still with life on 3rd and 10. But look at this. Burton Jr. with the defense in the air, and Darian Stewart, the former Raven, with the INT to finish it off.
Good things happen when you get to the ball.
Look at this concentration. Find the ball. Beautiful.
The Broncos in a game.
Bengals preseason time. Andy Dalton getting the Cats fired up for this game. Start week 1 preseason. Here is Andy Dalton. First quarter, first possession. Dalton looking Tyler Eifert. That's 12 yards and a first down for Cincinnati. Then a couple of plays later, as Andy's feeling it, short right to A.J. Green. That pair making the connection there, 16 yards. It's only catch of the day for A.J. Green. Later on in the drive, Andy Dalton looking for Mohamed Sanu. That's a 3-yard touchdown. Bengals take an early 7-0 lead. Dalton 3 for 3, 31 yards, and that score. What about Eli Manning? His start of the preseason for the New York Giants. Second year under Ben McAdoo's offense. First possession, no score, 3rd and 12. Eli looking for Reuben Randall, Dre Kirkpatrick out there on the coverage. Giants go 3 and out on their first drive. They are forced to punt. Next possession, trailing 7-0. Eli looking for Odell Beckham Jr. That also falls incomplete. Drive leads to a Josh Brown missed field goal. A couple of possessions later for the G-men, Manning looking for Andre Williams. This one is caught, and that is a large man running. Manning's longest completion of the night. 4 series, went 4 of 8 for 22 yards. The Bengals got the win, 23-10.
Touchdown.
It was a really great almost touchdown, right?
That's exactly what it is. This is real time, people.
And now to the Meadowlands. Browns visiting the Jets. Josh McCown here. Can't find anybody scrambling. Going to try to do his best John Elway from the Super Bowl 18 years ago.
John Elway
right?
impression, yes.
Except he lost the ball.
And
he was hurt on the play. Concussion for Josh McCown as a result of this play, which was no touchdown, and the Jets recovered it. Josh McCown would not return to the ball game after this play.
I don't advise running backs to leave their feet, and I surely don't advise quarterbacks to leave your feet down there.
So Antonio Cromartie recovers in the end zone, thwarting a possible Browns scoring opportunity. So in comes who? Yes.
Johnny Manziel probably didn't want to get the start this way, but I'll tell you what, that's how football plays out. He gets in there, and Travis Benjamin gets behind your boy Crow.
On 3rd and 19. How do you get behind him on 3rd and 19?
Because Crow's always looking in the backfield. That's why he's made his living. That's why he'll give you some and he'll take some. He's going to put points up on both sides of the scoreboard.
So Johnny, he's got the Browns on the board and on top early, 7-0 at MetLife Stadium. Back comes Ryan Fitzpatrick here on a 1st and 10, and he's picked off.
For a second, and then Brandon Marshall said, "Give me that thing."
To Sean Gibson.
He got picked off.
And look at Brandon Marshall. Not giving up on the play, and literally just steals that ball away from Deshaun
Give me that
Gibson.
ball.
That's what that was.
And the Jets retain possession.
Tried to get up and score. Well, that was a heck of a play by Brandon Marshall.
Very next play, a 1st and goal here, and it's Chris Ivory into the end zone. 10-yard touchdown, and the Jets tied this thing up at 7.
That's exactly the type of run that was, Brett, a runner.
And the next Browns possession on a 3rd and 10, Manziel scrambling and then letting it fly for Brian Hartline, who maybe makes the catch of the day with Darrelle Revis right behind him.
Yeah, on your knees, reach out a paw. Great play.
3 plays later, 2nd and goal here for Manziel, rolling left. Looking like he might run it. No, he's got Andrew Hawkins, but overthrows him. Comes down with the ball. Looks like he's out of bounds.
But you love the play call
barely.
Here. Barely out, but you like the creativity with the athleticism of Hawkins and with Manziel. Good play call there, just didn't turn out the way they wanted it to.
All right, so we'll go 10-7 now, and on the next Jets possession, Eric Decker into the end zone, beats Quan Williams there for the score, and the Jets are up 14-10. Fitzpatrick with the TD pass there, and 3rd quarter, Manziel starts to go downhill a bit, looking for Brian Hartline, picked off here by Marcus Williams. And the Jets will start that possession now inside the 30, 3rd and 2 here. Fitz fakes the handoff to Chris Ivory, going deep for Brandon Marshall, got him.
This was a questionable catch here, but they did not challenge the call. Now, you see it in slow-mo there. It could have gone either way. It was with Michael Irvin when we were watching this. He said it was a catch. I thought they should have challenged this ball.
Didn't get reviewed in time, so 3 plays later, Fitz back to Marshall. Got him with Joe Hayden in coverage.
One thing that really stood out in this game was the size of the wide receivers for the Jets versus the size of the wide receivers for the Cleveland Browns. Not a lot of room for error if you're wearing those hideous orange and brown uniforms today.
All right, down 24-10, needing some Manziel magic. 4th quarter here, scrambling, and Johnny fumbles. Picked up by Darrelle Revis. That was Muhammad Wilkerson that brought down Johnny Manziel. Got that ball loose there, and Revis picks it up. Jets get called for an illegal block in the back on the return, so they go all the way back to the 19. But here's Fitz going to hand it off to Chris Ivory around the right side, and he's got the edge into the end zone. 31 to 10.
Real attitude problem, doesn't he?
Don't touch it. Oh, it's not a problem for Todd Bowles.
Fired up, so he was ready to play.
Well, here's Brady here to Julian Edelman for 13 yards, and this would certainly be a theme on this night.
Well, they started the game off early, and when all they were doing was just nickel and diming and just taking what they were given. And here it started. This is the beginning of the Pittsburgh Steelers just simply not covering Gronk, and smart on Brady's part to make certain that they started rushing things as we see to make certain that they could get this play
You
off.
can see him right here just saying, there's nobody on him. I got to go to him as soon as possible. And then Gronk breaks a tackle and takes care of the rest. You need more than one man, especially if it's a corner to bring him down. No offense.
Well, and you got to want those DBs to actually want to tackle Gronk, too. That might be able to help.
Then you look at this little touch pass. Just drops it in there to Danny Amendola.
This is one that I think Tommy wants back. Completion, yes, but there was a lot more meat on that bone if the ball was a little bit inside. This one, typical Brady Gronk. Nice touch pass. What Pittsburgh's defense was doing, I'm not sure, ED.
I know what they were
Listen,
doing.
if you're going to put two guys on Gronk, at least at the very minimum, one guy has to put his hands on him. Even if you got to hold him down the red zone, you can't get one hand on Gronk and expect him not to go up and high point the ball in the back of the end zone.
A lot of missing pieces for the Steelers tonight. You saw them there. Le'Veon Bell, Marquise Pouncey, and Martavis Bryant. And this is one of the fill-ins, D'Angelo Williams, and he had himself a night replacing Le'Veon Bell.
I think this is definitely a big pickup for these guys, and this right here is a way to get yourself back at home when your kicker missing it. But having D'Angelo on this team is going to be big for them until they get Le'Veon Bell.
That was their third kicker. I mean, they've been snake-bitten there.
Filling in for Sean Sweezan, who's on IR. And Ben Roethlisberger getting dragged down by Dante Hightower.
You got to give Hightower credit. Ben is one of the best at avoiding tackles in the pocket, avoiding sacks in the pocket.
But Pouncey,
Cody Wallace.
Yeah, Cody
Pouncey
Wallace.
wouldn't have let that happen.
Pouncey, I mean, you got your protection. It's one-on-one. That's Cody Wallace instead of Pouncey.
But you attack the weakness.
True.
You attack the weakness. You got a young guy there, you attack it.
They attacked it.
Well, perhaps Darius Hayward-Bay could save them in the end zone or not.
Yeah, well, you look at this is what was happening in this game. The first half, a tale of what could have been.
Yeah.
DHB gets back there. He can't do it. You missed two field goals. That could have definitely changed the complexion of the game.
They did eventually get a field goal from Josh Scobie here, but Brady comes right back and hits the other tight end, the new one, Scott Chandler, for the touchdown.
On this play, I was telling Nate, the Patriots test your rules. You get a linebacker out in space on this play. If you have a corner, they understand you run into that defender. That's a pick play. Linebacker runs around it. He's not comfortable. That's what they were expecting. They got a touchdown out of it.
Now here comes Big Ben looking for his go-to guy, Antonio Brown, and it works out here good for 33 yards.
This is another one of those plays where on the replay, Malcolm was in his hip pocket and just scramble rules got him beat.
Then on 3rd and goal, Will Johnson just squeaks over the goal line for the touchdown. The Steelers go for 2 and get it, but they still trail 21-11. Here's D'Angelo Williams on 1st and 10.
Set the edge,
Another nice chunk, this time 12 yards for D'Angelo.
Listen, again, week 1 mistakes. You saw defensive mistakes from veteran guys for Bill Belichick's defense that you normally don't see.
Hey, Nate, what's
saw
this?
a great catch.
Toe, drag, swag.
What was that, Nate?
Toe, drag, swag. No, what I like about this is that we work on this drill every day in practice. It's a distraction drill, guy getting his hands right in front of your sight. I love the fact that Marcus Wheaton did not let that ball out of his vision.
Yeah, well, I like the fact that the new safety rules are enforced because old school he would have gotten decapitated.
You're right. McCourty wouldn't have been going for the interception, going for his ribs.
That's a false start right there on Kelvin Beachum, so the Steelers have to back it up 5 yards. Roethlisberger is none too pleased. Patriots come back on the ensuing drive. Wide open again.
How many times did we see one-on-none coverage on Gronk? It's Gronk, so forget about all the talking about putting your hands on him. Blown assignments in that secondary. It's